Well, we're underway here in the first period. Saratoga with a puck in their own end as they try to clear it out of there. The puck controlled by the Massena Red Raiders momentarily. Here comes Day with it. Behind the net, centering pass in front. It bounces back to the blue line. Charlie Duran over to DeRosie. He winds his shot, and the save is made by the Saratoga goaltender, who is Mark Patton. Now the Blue Streaks control the puck as they try to get it out of there. Morell, the defenseman, moves it just across the blue line. Dumped right back in the zone. A delay offsides on Massena, but the Streaks are going to control it and move it out to center ice. Coming down the wing, here comes Sanamore, the winger, trying to cross-ice pass. It's intercepted by Michael Lapointe. Lapointe's head man goes by everybody down the ice, and icing is waved off as they move it down into Blue Streak territory. They move it right back out to neutral ice. Hard check thrown there by Eric Meacham. Meacham with a hard check, but here come the Streaks across the blue line to drive, and they score! That's going to be Mark Sanamore. All right, excuse me, that was Ed Bergen. Bergen scores the goal right up over the shoulder of Nat Smythe, the Massena goaltender, and Saratoga takes a quick lead here.
Right off the bat, a minute and 4 seconds, you mentioned Eddie Bergen picked up a loose puck in the neutral zone, crossed the blue line, and about a 50-footer, Nathaniel Smythe was screened, but that was just a bullet drive up over the glove side of Nathaniel Smythe, and the Blue Streaks out to an early 1-0 lead. This is what they wanted to do.
Off the faceoff, Massena with that Meacham line out there, Meacham with Walsh and O'Shea. And it's going to be Ellis's line out there with Bergen and Sanamore. Bergen got the goal for the Streaks. Here comes the big defenseman, Burhide, trying to move it out to the blue line. He gets it out to center ice. Meacham is there, flipping it ahead for O'Shea. Just across the blue line. Puck trickles out to neutral ice. Here's Bergen again. He battles for it. O'Shea picks up the loose puck, has it knocked away. Following up, the Raiders move it just across the blue line. And racing for it is Walsh. He can't come up with it. And the Streaks clear it out again. Bouncing puck right at center ice, controlled by the Streaks, and they dump it in the zone. Into Mike Cameron. Cameron cross-ice pass for Gerard. Gerard moves it ahead. Out to neutral ice, back in the zone again. Gerard picks it up again from Massena in his own end. His headman pass goes to Cormanius. Cormanius ahead by one. His shot, and the kick save made by goaltender Patton. Puck cleared around the board. Streaks trying to get it out of the zone. They don't. Kept in by Ben Nightingale. Nightingale shovels it into the corner. Puck bounces free. Streaks look to move it, and they do out to center ice. That's Tom Fellman, the defenseman, all the way down the ice, and icing will be called against the Streaks. So the Blue Streaks on the A1 TV and Appliance scoreboard lead it early here, 1-0.
And I'm going to look to see if number 16 comes back out to Jerry Josh Gorham. He's the leading goal getter with 13 for the Blue Streaks. First shift, Captain Mike Lapointe really drilled him on the far side directly across from us. And Gorham went down, got up, struggled, and barely made it to the bench. As I look across the way, he's trying to walk it off outside the player's box. Over there. You can see number 16 outside the player area.
Off the face-off. Puck goes trickling to the blue line. Here's the shot, doesn't get through, and the Streaks move it out of there. Intercepted by Barkley. His pass knocked down by Morell. Morell dumps it deep in Massena territory. After it there is Nightingale. Rips it around the boards. Barkley trying to come up with it. Has it knocked away. Gets it back again. St. Thomas, he can't control. It's flipped to an open wing. Puck goes in the corner. Foot race for it. Nightingale trying to come up with it. And it's knocked away in front. And here comes St. Thomas. Headman pass goes by everybody. And that'll be an icing call. He tried to hit. No, they waved the icing off. And it's picked up on the defense by Fellman. Fellman trying to move it ahead to Andy Proler. Proler out to neutral ice. Picked up by Rochford. Rochford over on the other side for Drew Wonky. Wonky moves it ahead to the Massena line. Dumped right back inside Massena territory. Again, Rochford after it. Johnny gets tied up. Puck stolen away. Here come the Blue Streaks trying to move it back into the corner again. They got a man in the corner. Centering pass goes bouncing behind the net. Picked up by the Raiders. Rochford looking for his wing. He finds him. Here comes Massena down the ice. Here's a backhander by Ward into the zone, and it's taken away by the defenseman, Eustace. Eustace, nice headman pass to Glotzbecker. He has it knocked away. Puck bounces free, and it's dumped deep in Massena territory. Drew Wonky for the Raiders, in behind his own net, rips it around the boards, and it goes to DiAgostino, who moves it out to center ice for the Raiders. Anthony got his first varsity goal last night in the game against Suffern. Puck dumped back in the Massena zone. John Rochford is there. Here comes Johnny, moving it up. Nice pass. Here's a foot race. Racing for it, Lapointe busts in left side, fakes the shot, and a poke check into the corner nicely by the defenseman, Eustace. Mike LaPointe still fighting for it, gets it free in front. Here's a backhander right across the goal mouth, and the puck cleared by Saratoga down the ice. It's going to come right in on Nat Smythe, and he'll stop it and leave it for Eric DeRosie. Good opportunity for Massena. Didn't quite work out, though. Good defensive play made by Charlie Eustace, the Saratoga defenseman. Puck dumped back in the Massena zone. Smythe stops it behind the net, rips it around the boards now for DeRosie. We got, I believe, a delay penalty call. Or is that? Yes, it is. We're going to have a cross-check, I believe. I don't know who it's on, though.
I think it's on the, well, I won't guess. I've guessed before. I think it's going to be on Massena. We'll wait and see.
See which box opens up.
One of the Saratoga players, it's number 17, has gone to the bench in pain. That's Chad Lewis, their fine young defenseman. No, it's well,
on the streak, so both of them.
Both of them are going to get a penalty. Looks like Mike LaPointe is going in the box for Massena. And I think he might have got the cross-checking, and I think the Saratoga penalty might be interference on goaltender Nathaniel Smythe. We'll wait and see.
Okay.
But Saratoga feels they can skate with Massena, and they're a good skating club. And so far in this first period, they proved that.
Here comes Timmy O'Shea across the blue line. Being bothered, comes up with a puck, slides it right in front. It's intercepted by the defenseman, Fellman. Fellman's pass knocked down, but gathering it in is Tarantino. He moves it out to center ice. O'Shea is there again, has it poke checked away. Down the ice it goes. Smythe stops it, leaves it for DeRosie. DeRosie to Durant, back to DeRosie, around behind the net. Around the boards it goes. Justin Walsh coming back for it. Drops it to DeRosie, has it knocked away. Here's Saratoga to the blue line. The shot is blocked on the blast from the point. Goes in the corner. Charlie Durant with it. Here's Charlie with it. Starts out left side. Looks up ice. Skates by one. Has it knocked away. Gets it back again and flips it out to center ice. Here comes Timmy O'Shea. Massena gets onside. Here's O'Shea. Step by one. The guy threw his stick at him. I think he lost his stick. And the puck comes free back the other way. Gilmore with it. Gilmore from the red line just dumps in the Massena zone as he wants off. Mike Cameron with a puck now. Moves it ahead. Justin Walsh. Walsh steps by a check. Here comes Walsh. His head man knocked away and dumped back down the ice. And that'll be an icing call against the Blue Streaks and move the faceoff back in their zone.
Those two penalties that Mike LaPointe did pick up the cross-check, and Mark Santamore, which is the coach's son, picked up a roughing call coming at the 4:32 mark. That Blue Streak goal at the 1:04 mark, Ed Bergen gets the goal. We're not sure. We'll have to double-check between periods who picked up the assist on that, if any. Bergen just kind of picked up the puck at the neutral zone. It might be unassisted. We'll double-check it.
Okay, we've got Nick Romanius out there with Joey Weiskopf from Massena. Glotzberger will face it off for the Streaks. He's out there with Scott Christian. Here's the face-off, won by Massena's in Bubba, and the shot is wide on Gerard. It comes bouncing free to Weiskopf. He's going to go back in the slot. Cormanius fired it wide. Puck around the boards. Cameron keeps it in. Bounces free. Cormanius had a piece of it, couldn't control, and out to center ice it goes. That's Scott Christian, and he just dumps it in the Massena zone. In behind the net is Gerard. Gerard trying to move it ahead. And now Weiskopf gets a piece of it, has it poked away. Cameron in after it in the corner. He rips it around behind the net for St. Thomas. St. Thomas, head man. It comes to Weiskopf. He has it knocked off his stick and dumped right back in the Massena zone. 1-0 the score. Saratoga on the A1 TV and Appliance scoreboard. We're in the first period. Puck kept in the zone by the Blue Streaks. Here's an opportunity, and the shot. Smythe makes the save. The puck cleared into the corner, and around the boards it goes. Cormanius with it. He gets checked out of the play. The puck's kind of in our blind spot right now, deep in the corner, but it comes free behind the net, picked up by Cameron from Massena. Cameron's head man, Joey Weiskopf. Weiskopf steps by a check, dumps it from the red line, and they want a line change as the puck comes deep in Saratoga territory. Morell after it there. Headman pass intercepted, and we got an offsides on Massena as Massena was just coming out of the zone.
Bad news for the Streaks, Jerry. We mentioned that right in the first seconds of this game, Captain Mike LaPointe really put a lick on Josh Gorham on the boards on the far side. Gorham went down, went to the bench, and he's got the shoulder. In fact, he's coming across the ice now, making his way to the locker room, shirt off, shoulder pads off, holding that shoulder. We said before so many times, Mike LaPointe sets the tempo when it comes to the real rugged physical aspect, and he came out and just put a bone-crunching check on Gorham.
Menkes line out there. Menkes with Ward and Wells for the Red Raiders. Off the face-off, Barkley with it to Nightingale in his own end. Headman as they move it out to center ice. Here's Mankies. Stays with it. Flips it across the blue line. Here comes Mankies taking a whack at it, but it's deflected. Back to the blue line. Nightingale cranks it up. Fired it way wide. Bouncing puck in the corner. After it is Ward now. Ward looking to move it to Wells. Wells gets tied up. Ward digs for it. Skates it free. Has it knocked away. Picked up there by Tom Ellis. Here comes Ellis skating to center ice. Ellis just dumps it deep in Massena territory. Puck in behind the net. Nightingale rips it around the boards. And it's Ward trying to move it out of the zone. Here's Ward just dumping it. He takes a check for his efforts. Puck trickles around the boards. Wells with it in the corner. Looks to center it. Now bounces free. Mankey's in after it. Oh, hard checks flying all over the place. Puck still free. The Blue Streaks trying to control it, and they move it ahead. It's swept away. Trickles to neutral ice. Dumped right back in the zone, but it's going to come right back out again. And in fact, it's dumped down the ice by the Streaks, and they wave the icing off, and the Massena defense, Drew Wonke, picks it up. Ahead to LaPointe. LaPointe trying to move it out to center ice, and we have a whistle. And we got another injured player down for Saratoga.
It's Danny Burhide, the defenseman. Again, he took a run at, guess who?
Yeah.
Number 7, Mike LaPointe, coming out of his own end. Burhide had the momentum head up, and Mike LaPointe had the head down, but Mike LaPointe is like running into a fire plug, and Burhide just found that out. He went flat on his back and was slow getting up. Now he's going to the bench. So he's 2 for 2, Captain Mike LaPointe, on handing out devastating checks.
6:32 left in the first period. On the A1 TV and Appliance scoreboard, it's Saratoga 1, Massena no score. Puck to Drew Wonke. Wonke moves it ahead now. Raiders start to move it out, or try to move it out of the zone. It's kept in. Dumped in behind the net again. Here is the Raiders. Johnny Rochford. Rochford chases it down. Moves it ahead. On the wing to Clint Kerwin. Kerwin has it knocked away and dumped right back in the Massena zone. Back after it, Drew Wonke again. He rips it into the corner. Rochford drops it back for Wonke behind the net. Pretty strong forechecking here by Saratoga. Puck free in the corner. Picked up by the Blue Streaks as they try to move it in behind the net. And where's the puck? Controlled by Drew Wonke. He steals it. Goes on the 45. Raiders try to break it out. Here they come. Long headman pass to LaPointe. He's in behind the defense. Here's LaPointe's shot. Hit the goal post. The whistle blows. What'd they blow the whistle for?
I think he thought it was in the net. Oh, and in fact, he's the other referee. One thought it was a goal. That's when he blew the whistle. But the other referee, I think, is going to overrule him.
It was not a goal.
No, it hit
no
the
way.
goal. No, it hit the inside of the post. But Mike LaPointe danced right around number 9, Eric Tarantino, on this right side, and from a tough angle, wristed one that Patton couldn't get the blocker on. Hit the goal post, but it didn't go in. But the official on this side was blocked, and he blew the whistle. He thought it was in. But he's overruled, and a good call, no question. It did not go in.
No, it didn't. But the puck could have still been played.
Exactly. But
and the face-off should be right here.
Yeah, he just a referee's mistake, and they just have to, honest mistake.
Swallow it.
They have to swallow it, and they are. But the other official in good position.
Imagine they probably get a little heat now from the Massena crowd, though.
Well, but you and I, at our new location here this afternoon, our new vantage spot, different from yesterday, but we have a bird's eye view of it.
Yeah, we can certainly see it down here, can't we? Off the face-off. Puck to the blue line. DeRosie steps in, winds up, and fired it just wide. Comes back to Durant at the other point. He flips it in the corner for Timmy O'Shea. The O'Shea line out there, or actually Meacham's line. Meacham in front. Can't get the shot off. It's poked away and out to center ice. And what do they call? I don't know what the hand was up for. I guess maybe they were thinking about an icing. But anyway, back comes Meacham. Eric Meacham takes it right down the middle. Drop pass. O'Shea, the shot, save made. Back to the blue line. DeRosie. DeRosie has it knocked away, and back the other way comes Scott Christian. Christian's got a man breaking. That's Glotzbecker. Christian, oh, nice defensive play by Durant to break it up, and Charlie comes back the other way. Here comes Durant leading the attack across the blue line. Cranks it up. We have a whistle. And offsides is the call.
Excellent move by Captain Charlie Durant. It was a 2-on-2, but Scott Christian, fine senior forward on this club, dancing down that left side. But Justin Walsh, good back check to make it an even man rush, and Charlie Durant didn't play the puck. He played the man and took Christian right out of the play.
Face-off just outside Saratoga territory. Still 1-0 Saratoga in the first period. on the A1 TV and appliance scoreboard. Off the draw, Raiders dump it all along the glass, just across the blue line, picked up by the Streaks. That's Ellis with it. His head man picked up by the Raiders. Neutral ice. Raiders trying to clear the zone. Joey Weiskopf with it. Flips it ahead. And here comes Massena's Cormanius. His shot is partially blocked. Andy St. Thomas follows it up. Goes to Cormanius behind the net. He looks to center it. Went off a defenseman. Comes out to the blue line. Kept in momentarily. Here's an opportunity, though, on the stolen pass. Santamore is going to break in all by himself. He shoots. He scores. And Saratoga goes up 2-0 on Massena on a breakaway. A pass slid across the blue line that Santamore stepped in front of and took it down the ice and beat goaltender Nat Smythe on the backhand.
Heads-up play by Mark Santamore. The coach's son, as you mentioned, the Blue Streaks just trying to clear the zone. Didn't clear the zone. The Massena defenseman stopped it, but slid it across to his teammate, or attempted to do, but 21 Mark Santamore jumped up, read it, and just split it and down the ice, and he beat Nathaniel Smythe with a backhander.
So now the Streaks lead Massena 2-0. Raiders take it across the blue line. Back to the point. Here's a drive by Barkley, and the save is made by goaltender Patton. In the corner, Menkes with it for Massena. Centering pass in front, but it's cleared to the blue line, and here come the Streaks out to center ice. Down the ice it goes. In behind the Massena defense and behind the net, Raiders do control. It's Menkes again from Ben Nightingale. Menkes tries to clear it, has it knocked away. Now Nightingale tied up. He drops it for Menkes. Menkes still can't get it free as Proler puts some defense on. Now it comes out to center ice, dumped back in again. We got a delay offsides on Saratoga. The whistle will blow, and we'll have a face-off.
And that second Saratoga goal at the 10-11, Mark Santamore, and I'm sure grandparents Santamore back in Fort Covington that are listening to this game will be pleased with that. And that is unassisted, of course. If they could give an assist, maybe to the Raider defenseman. But no, that one's unassisted, Sal.
Unassisted goal. And that's probably the second unassisted goal in this game. And it's 2-0 for Saratoga. 3:34 left in the first period. Off the face-off. Puck controlled by the Streaks. They move it into the Massena zone. Knocked away, though, by the Raiders. Rochford flips it ahead for LaPointe. But we have a whistle. And we got an interference call against the defenseman, Danny Burheid, I believe, is going to get the gate for interference.
No question, just outside the Saratoga blue line, and the Raider forward hadn't touched the puck, and Burheid stepped in and picked him off. Raiders going to go on a power play, and they definitely need one at this stage. Down 2-0 with 3:25 left to go. Both the Saratoga goals unassisted here in the first period, and Raiders running about to 24% on their power play, and they definitely want to pick one up here.
Off the face-off. Charlie Durant. We've got Nick Cormanius, Joey Weiskopf, and Mike LaPointe on the power play. Puck around the boards. LaPointe steps at the 45, picks it up, has it knocked away, and it bounces out to center ice. Very aggressive power play kill here for Saratoga thus far. Here comes LaPointe across the blue line, takes it across, centers it right on net. Here's Weiskopf in the corner. Weiskopf, dipsy doodling. Drops it behind for Cormanius. Goes to LaPointe at the 45. Here's LaPointe back to the blue line. Charlie Durant with it. Back to LaPointe. LaPointe skates toward the middle. His shot fired it wide. And the puck goes all the way around the boards and out to center ice. Eric DeRosie with it. Cross ice pass to Charlie Durant. Massena with about 40 seconds left on the power play. Here comes Durant. Steps across. Dumps it in behind the net. Bounces free. Comes to Durant. Charlie drops it. Nick Cormanius to LaPointe. They move it around the horn to the blue line. Uh-oh, DeRosie can't get it. There's going to be a foot race for it. Christian's going to get there. He busts in the zone, and his shot is blocked by DeRosie, who gets back. He caught DeRosie going the other way, and Eric fell down. Here comes Massena's Cormanius across the blue line. Shovels it in behind. Short side shot. Score! Nick Cormanius beat goaltender Patton behind him. Somehow he found the hole, and the Raiders get a power play goal with 6 seconds left in the power play to move the score closer. 2-1 now, Saratoga.
Nick Kermanius was behind the goal line, folks. Actually behind. He was on the right wing. He's a left wing shot, so he had the full net. Picked the puck up behind the goal line. Body behind the line. Stick probably on the line. Just fired it at the net. And somehow, Patton, I thought, was tight to the post. Somehow it got in between Patton's shoulder and the post. And the Raiders get a big break on that one.
And they need a break here as Saratoga has the lead, but now it's only 2-1. Puck in the corner. The Blue Streaks do control it as they try to move it out of there. Hard check thrown by Walsh, but it's going to be Burhide moving it out to neutral ice. Try to get a guy breaking, but he doesn't get it. And in the corner it goes as they battle for it there. Hard check thrown by Matt Gerard. And finally, I think they're going to call a penalty as Gerard and the Saratoga player are mixing it up a bit. That was Ed Bergen.
How things can turn around. Blue Streaks up 2-0 and almost 3-0. The Raiders made a boo-boo when their defenseman fell down. They threw it back to the point. He fell down, and it was two Saratoga players that raced for the puck, and they were a little slow getting there, or they would have had a 2-on-none break. And Raiders come back the other way on that power play, and from an impossible angle. As we mentioned, Nick Kermanius was behind the goal line, just firing the puck at the net, hoping it would hit somebody and come out for a rebound, and it hit the goaltender Patton and somehow got in between him and the post. And I'd like to see the replay on that one.
We got matching minors here. Meacham, oh, wait a minute. Now there are two penalties against Massena. Meacham going off along with Matt Gerard, and one penalty for Saratoga. I'm trying to see who that is. I can't tell. But the net result is Saratoga will go on the power play here.
Nick Kermanius' 13th goal of the year, and Captain Mike Lapointe picking up the assist. 1:34 left in this first period, 2-1 in favor of the Blue Streaks.
But the Blue Streaks go on the power play here. Raiders will have to try to kill one off here to end the period. 2-1 score for Saratoga on the A1 TV and Appliance scoreboard. And now, what do we have?
Well, I'm not sure what we have. The official's coming to, he's going to check the time, I guess. He's coming to the penalty box and checking with the official there. I'm not really sure. And we mentioned about the setback for Saratoga right in the opening moments. The Gorham, Josh Gorham, who was the leading goal scorer with 13 on this team, and he played on that line.
We got the draw. Burhide back at the blue line. He's going to drop it over on the other side for Morrell. He winds it up, goes in behind the net, and bounces all the way around on the other side. Streaks control it. Back to Burhide again at the blue line, trying to flip it into the corner. Comes in behind the net for Christian. Christian circles to the other corner, looking to set it up. Christian back to the blue line to Morrell. Morrell to Christian, back to Morrell. Morrell is there. Bounces it right down the middle. The Raiders, though, pick it up and fire it down the ice as we move to 1 minute left in the period. Timmy O'Shea out there with Justin Walsh on the penalty kill. Cameron out there with Johnny Rochford. Here comes Scott Christian into the corner now for the Streaks. Cameron gets a piece of it in behind the net. Now Rochford comes over, just tries to waste some time. They got a guy in front, the shot. The save made. Where's the puck? It's in front of the net, and the Raiders control and move it out to center ice. Back in again, but offsides will be the call. And the Raiders just dodged a bullet there with a big, somebody got free behind. I think that was Christian, and he stepped right in front of the net.
It was Glatzberger, Jerry.
Okay.
Yeah, he picked up the puck behind the net and walked right out in front. Again, the Raiders down a man, and everyone some defensive zone coverage trying to pick up a man, but there was an odd man, and it happened to be the guy with the puck. He walked right out in front, and Nathaniel Smythe just stoned him. Big save.
Tarantino will take the face-off. Nick Cormanius out there for Massena now. They move it around the horn. Burhide flips it inside Massena territory. Smythe leaves it in behind for DeRosie. He takes a whack at it, gets knocked down. The puck comes free all the way back to the blue line. Burhide shot way wide. Bounces into the corner. Charlie Durant goes after, gets a stick on it, knocks it away. Bounces in behind again. They dig for it in the corner. About 10 seconds remaining, and the puck is underneath a couple of down players, DeRosie for one. And the other down player is Tarantino. And we'll have a face-off. 5 seconds left in the penalties. 9.6 seconds left in the period.
One thing that Coach Bobby Santamore was afraid of was taking penalties against Massena. Penalties proved disastrous for Saratoga early part of the year. They've corrected a lot of that. But
here's a shot, goes wide, right off the face-off. Comes back to Burhide. He winds it up, deflected, hit the side of the net. 2 seconds left, and that'll take care of the period. So the Raiders, Durant. Now Durant and Glotzbecker battle for it, but LaPointe comes away with it on a little feed pass from Charlie. Here comes LaPointe in the zone. He's still got the puck. Skates by one, has it knocked away. Charlie follows up. Durant in the corner, centering pass right across the goal mouth. It's knocked away, back to the blue line, down the ice, and that'll be an icing call against Saratoga. So right off the bat, Massena with a chance in the Saratoga end.
Couple of, again, we talked about Bobby Santamore, North Country Connection. Even closer, if you hear the name Tommy Ellis out there, if that rings a bell to Massena fans, well, his dad was from Massena, Tommy Ellis, his brother Timmy, etc. But excellent hockey player, 20 points, 9 goals, and 11 assists, and only a sophomore.
Off the face-off, puck controlled by Saratoga in their own end. They try to clear, kept in at the point. Here's a shot right on. The save kicked out by Patton. Puck comes in the corner and around the boards. Gerard pinches in, tries to keep it in. Oh, Meacham throws a heavy check. Puck still free to the blue line, kept in at the point. Here's a chance for Gerard trying to center, but it's knocked away and back down the other way. Here's an opportunity for Saratoga. Breakaway, busting in the shot. Save made Smythe. The rebound, he clears it in behind the net. Good play by Nat Smythe on the breakaway by the Blue Streaks. Now the puck goes back the other way. Here's Justin Walsh trying to drop it to O'Shea, and he'll have to just bang it in the zone. Puck around the boards, hits the side of the net. Picked up by the Saratoga defense. They try to clear it, and they move it out to neutral ice. Now the puck dumped down in the Massena zone, and it went off a player, so they waved the icing off. Bubba Gerard with it, rips it around the boards for O'Shea. O'Shea trying to bang it out of the zone, doesn't get it out of the zone. It comes across on the other side to Cameron. Mike skates it ahead for Walsh. Walsh's headman pass knocked away, comes back out to neutral zone. Meacham, he flips it into the zone. Gets tied up in the back of the mesh, and it's clear. In behind, Justin Walsh digging for it, throws the body. The puck comes free. It's dumped down the ice again, but this time it's going to be right on net, so no icing called, and Smythe leaves it in behind. Racing in after it is Bergen. He gets taken down by Barkley. Barkley flips the puck along the boards. Weiskopf now from Massena. Drops it right back in behind for Ben Nightingale. Nightingale will try the left side. His pass intercepted. Dumped right back in behind the net. Here's Barkley. He'll try the other side. Weiskopf. Weiskopf just tips it by to Nick. Almost came up with it. Cormanius, but it's poked away. Good defensive play made. Back checking by Tommy Ellis. Now back is Cormanius, goes right by the defenseman. Cormanius centering pass, and it goes behind St. Thomas. He couldn't get it, and the puck in the corner and around the boards. Cormanius again trying to flip it through the middle. Has it knocked away. St. Thomas centering pass right in front, and the Massena forward, Weiskopf, couldn't come up with it. Goes to Barkley, his shot in behind the net, deflected. They bang it and score! Massena ties it up. And I believe that's going to be Weiskopf, perhaps, or is it Nick Cormanius, his second goal?
I'm going to say it's Cormanius. Picked up a rebound. Raiders, all kinds of pressure on Saratoga. And after goaltender Mark Patton made a couple of saves, I think it was Nick Cormanius picked up the rebound and with Patton down, lifted it up over the fallen Patton. But just prior to that, the biggest save so far of the game, and I was going to say, if the Raiders come back to win this game, point to Nathaniel Smythe when he beat Glotzberger, who broke in all alone from center ice, and Smythe just stoned him just prior to that goal.
Off the face-off, Drew Wonke with the puck, flips it ahead, trying to move it to Kyle Wells. Wells has to circle back in his own end. He'll go on the other side to Johnny Rochford. Here's Rochford, skates it ahead, backhand pass, a little bit too far for Joey Ward. Cormanius gets his second goal. Saratoga clears it back down the ice. Wonke races for it, comes up with it, drops it over on the other side. The Massena defenseman fell down, but Rochford was able to poke check it out to neutral ice. Here's Raiders trying to move it ahead. It's knocked away. Back comes Saratoga into the zone. Menkes lifts the stick, and the Raiders move it back out again. Kyle Wells with it, drops it back to Drew Wonke. Wonke ahead to Menkes. Menkes from Massena rounds the boards with it in the Saratoga zone. In the zone after Joey Ward, he gets tied up in the corner. The Streaks come up with a puck and start it out of there. Here come the Blue Streaks racing down the ice. We're all tied at 2 on the Bob Post State Farm Insurance scoreboard. Raiders with a goal in the period. Now the puck bounces free in front. The wraparound attempt right across the goal mouth. A little bit of a defensive giveaway by Massena's Drew Wonke. The puck squirts free to the blue line. Still in the zone. The Streaks putting some pressure on now. Around the horn it goes. Here's Saratoga in the corner. Johnny Rochford there, though, to take the puck. He gets tied up. They bang at it. Puck comes free again, and in behind the net, it's Menkes racing for it. He picks up some forechecking pressure, but Wells just tips it, and out to center ice it goes. Here comes the puck down the ice. That should be an icing. There's the whistle.
We mentioned before about the Massena connection, and the third Massena connection we're going to bring to you almost put Saratoga ahead. Andy Proler, the leading goal point getter on this Saratoga club. He's got 8 goals and 16 assists, and his uncle is the mayor of Massena, Charlie Boots, and Mom Madeline and I had a nice chat before the game. Sends her best wishes to everyone back to Massena, but Andy Proler almost broke that tie.
Charlie Durant with a shot. It bounces all the way around the boards. Here come the Blue Streaks again to the Massena line. Massena clears it right back out again. Raiders out there with their Jeff Day line now. Durant trying to move it ahead. Flips it to Kerwin. Kerwin trying to clear the zone. It's kept in there. Here's an opportunity, but nope. The Raiders going to dump it out to center ice. Back to the Massena line, back across. LaPointe now is going to take it. Here comes LaPointe down the right wing, his off wing. LaPointe takes it by 1 into the corner, in behind the net. Centers it right in front. Kerwin shot, save made. Nice centering pass. LaPointe centers it again. Kerwin again, can't get the shot off. His stick was lifted, and the Streaks try to move it out of the zone. Puck along the boards, comes to Durant, whacks at it. Here's Charlie with a puck. He skates it back the other way. Headman to Jeff Day. His pass intercepted by the Streaks. They're trying to get a guy behind the defense. Tommy Ellis hanging on the blue line, but they don't get it to him. And the puck comes in behind the net. Picked up by Durant. Ahead to Kerwin. He just deflects it out to neutral ice. Dumped right back in by the Streaks. 2-2 tie hockey game. We're in the second period. Here's Charlie with it again. Moving it ahead out to center ice off the boards. And it goes all the way back in the Saratoga zone. And their defense coming back after it. They flip it out to neutral ice. DeRosie's there to move it ahead. We got a hand pass against the Streaks.
That tying goal at the 2:31 mark, his second, and the Raiders' second of the afternoon. Nick Kermanius, after a scramble, picked up a rebound in front of Patton and put one over the fallen Patton. Joe Weiskopf picking up the assist.
9:29 left, second period, 2-2 tie hockey game. On the Bob Post State Farm Insurance scoreboard. Off the draw, Cameron from Massena dumps it into the Saratoga zone. They clear it right back out, and it trickles back into the Massena zone. Bubba Girard back after it. Here's Girard wrapping it around the boards, trying to get it to O'Shea, but it's intercepted. O'Shea steals it, though. Here's O'Shea in the corner. He turns it around, looks up ice, his pass knocked down. Back in behind the net it goes. Here's a chance for Andy Proler with it. Proler has it knocked away. O'Shea picks it up. Headman out to neutral ice. Dump back in the zone. Bubba Girard takes it out to center ice. Here's Girard with it. He gets knocked down. Puck comes free. Back comes Saratoga. They get a man busting free in the zone. Here's an opportunity. Gilmore centering pass. And Proler just couldn't get a stick on it. And back the other way. The Raiders try to clear the zone. Here comes Bubba Girard. He flips it ahead to O'Shea. O'Shea's headman to Cameron. Mike Cameron skates down on the right side, winds up the big drive. He fired it way wide. Puck around the boards. Here come the Blue Streaks. They got a man up by the blue line again, but it doesn't get to him. And I think they're going to call him offsides anyway. And with 8:26 left in the first period, a 2-2 tie hockey game. And Saratoga likes to hang that man by the blue line.
Well, Jerry, it's that transition, and Coach Bobby Sandamore said that's the biggest, pleasantest surprise for them this year. They've worked a lot on it, is that neutral zone transition. When they lose, and when they regain possession of the puck, they go from defense to offense in a hurry, and that's what they do. These guys turn and they go like hanging. The defense get the forwards the puck. That's why it looks like they're hanging them, but they're just making great transition in that neutral zone.
Off the face-off, here comes St. Thomas from Massena. The Cormanius line out there. They've got both goals. The puck trickles, takes a funny bounce. Goaltender stopped it, then left it side of the net. Puck around the boards. And the Blue Streaks try to move it down to the Massena line. Ben Nightingale's there to break it up. Dumps it back into the blue line. Here comes Cormanius trying to come up with it. He can't for Massena. Back the other way, and that's going to be an icing call against Saratoga as they tried to spring that wing on the left side. But he couldn't quite catch up with it. That was Scott Christian.
Yeah, and we'll try, maybe between the next intermission, we'll try to figure out the standings of this this tournament with the various rules, points awarded for outscoring the opponent in individual periods. Right now, the Canton Golden Bears lead this tournament with 7 points.
They've got 2 wins in the tournament.
2 wins, and they've 7 points. We'll explain that or try to later on.
Off the faceoff, St. Thomas flips it, has it knocked away to the blue line, kept in at the point by the Red Raiders' John Rochford. He flips into the corner. Here's Cormanius, sharp angle shot, save made by Patton. And now the Streaks turn it around the other way. Into the zone it goes. Hard check thrown there on Santamore, and the puck squirts free to Drew Wonky. Wonky moves it ahead. Bounce pass to Cormanius. Cormanius skates into the corner to pick it up. Goes to Weiskopf. His pass intercepted. Streaks come back the other way. Here comes Ellis with it. Ellis makes a move. His shot right on, but Rochford got a little piece of it, and that's why he's not real pleased, as Rochford kind of deflected, and Nat Smythe made a good save and holds on for the faceoff.
We mentioned Tommy Ellis. I said he was a sophomore. Yeah, he is a sophomore. He's got a lot of potential. Not very big, but really can scoot, handles the puck really well. Good skill, sees the ice. Going to be a good hockey player, is a good hockey player. Dangerous little rush right there, and tricky little shot that Nathaniel Smythe was able to smother and hold on for a faceoff.
Mankeys Ward and now DiAgostino out playing that other wing for Massena. Durant and DeRosie on the defense. We've got the Tarantino, Proler, Gilmore line out for Saratoga. Now, Gilmore, actually, he's injured, isn't he? So he's not out there, but we'll pick up that other wing. Here comes Saratoga into the zone. It's Proler with it. Proler centering pass right across the goal mouth. Nobody home. Puck comes back to the blue line. Raiders try to clear, and DiAgostino picks it up. Goes to Charlie Durant. Here comes Durant. Steps by one check. It's tripped up, and the puck goes into the corner. Charlie looked like he was going to get by. Here's Durant with a shot from the blue line. Knocked down on the defense by Morrell. He rips it around the boards. Comes out to center ice. DeRosie's there to flip it ahead, but it's intercepted, comes to the Massena line, and it's backhanded into the zone. We got delayed penalty on Massena, I believe. Yep. Are they going to call them both, or are they going to call the offsides? Well, okay, that's just the offsides. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Eric Tarantino was down in obvious discomfort. He's gone to the bench, and it looked like the official was pointing at him.
Had his hand up. Yeah, I thought he was calling a penalty, but apparently just the offsides. I'm not used to these officials. I can usually tell up north because their hand signals are more obvious, I think. Off the face-off, here comes the Streaks. Nice move. They move across the blue line. Poke check back out to center ice by Cameron from Massena. Picked up there by Fellman. Here comes the Raiders. LaPointe on his pass, stealing it. Here's LaPointe into the zone. Dipsy Doodles, backhander, save made by goaltender Patton. Puck in behind the net. Streaks controlled. Don't clear the zone. Here's Cameron with it, trying to get the shot off. He can't. He just flips it into the corner. Picked up by Fellman. Fellman loses it in the corner to the Raiders, but he gets it back again. That was LaPointe doing some damage in there. Puck trickles around the boards. The Streaks look to move it out of the zone. Kept in at the point by Bubba Girard. Girard trying to flip it through to Jeff Day. Day gets a shot, but it's deflected. Comes back to Girard. He flips it to Day. In the corner, back to Girard again. Girard trying to move it through. It's tied up, and it's Day in behind the net. He can't catch up with it. Picked up by Glotzbecker, who rounds the boards with it to the blue line. It's going to trickle out to center ice. Girard comes over to pick it up. Bubba moves it back. Kerwin. Kerwin winds up his shot wide through traffic. Bounces back to the blue line, back in the zone again. We're going to have an offsides on Massena.
You've heard us mention many times about the dangers of coming up the middle. You don't want to, if you do come up the middle, you want to be almost 100% sure. You don't want to come late, and you want to come hard. And Saratoga that time did not. They didn't come hard. They came. I should want to come early, I should say. They came late, and the offside defenseman, Mike Cameron, read it, stepped in, and intercepted, cranked a shot, but it was wide of the net.
Off the face-off. 2-2 tie hockey game. Here's a shot right on, and again the save made by goaltender Mark Patton. He'll hold on for the faceoff. 2-2 tie hockey game here on the Bob Post State Farm Insurance scoreboard, and we're down to 5:24 left in the second period.
Raiders have done a better job figuring out Saratoga's forechecking, and they've thrown 3 or 4 looks at them, different looks, but the Raiders a little better this period in coming out of their own end.
2-2 tie hockey game here.
And have increased their forechecking.
Meacham's line out, Meacham, Walsh, and O'Shea. Off the draw, puck comes back to Barkley at the point for Massena. His shot right on. Save made again. And goaltender Mark Patton's got Timmy O'Shea breathing down his neck, and he was not happy at all. And he took a shot at O'Shea. Nothing will come of it, though.
Raiders in yesterday's game had gone with, allowed 9 defensemen to get a look out there.
There's a shot right off the faceoff, and that's wide. We got a penalty on, I believe, Saratoga, as O'Shea got knocked down. Now he gets pinned into the corner by 2 Saratoga players, but the whistle blows, and the Raiders will take a power play here.
Yeah, no question. There was an interference call. It's probably going to go against Eddie Bergen. We'll wait and see. But he upended Justin Walsh right in front of the Saratoga net and picked his feet right out from underneath him. And the Raiders are going to go on a power play, and their first goal came on a power play. Let's see how successful they are here with 5:11 left in the second period. 2-2 hockey game.
I think we're going to see Meacham staying out there with his line mates, O'Shea and Walsh. And we've got Durant and DeRosie at the points as the Raiders will go on the power play here with 5:11 left in the second period in a 2-2 tie hockey game. Massena, Saratoga in the second game. First game went to Canton. They beat Suffern 4-2. Charlie Durant with it, goes to Walsh. Walsh back to Durant, but it's knocked away, and down the ice it goes. DeRosie with it, takes it in behind his own net, picks up a forechecker. That was Scott Christian, but Christian then backs off, and DeRosie starts out. Here's DeRosie. Meant for Meacham, goes by him, but O'Shea is going to come up with it in the corner. O'Shea to Meacham in behind the net. Meacham goes back to the point to DeRosie. DeRosie back to Meacham. Meacham with a little problem, goes back to DeRosie, fakes the shot, then bounces it right on. It's deflected by O'Shea, right up into Patton's chest, and he'll hold on for the faceoff.
Yeah, I tell you, that's a goaltender's nightmare. That shot from the point by Eric DeRosie wasn't hard, but it was on net, and it allowed the Raider forward in front to redirect it, and it just jumped right up on goaltender Mark Patton. He was able to get it off the chest and corral the rebound.
Cormanius out there with LaPointe and Weiskopf. Cormanius battling for the faceoff, has it knocked away, and here come the Streaks out to center ice. Now Cameron throws a check to break it up, but the Streaks keep it in the zone. Cameron has to come back after it in his own end. Mike Cameron with it, leaves it for Mike LaPointe. LaPointe drops it back to the other side. Bubba Girard ahead to Cameron. Cameron skates it and then dumps it in the zone. Around the boards it goes. In behind for Cormanius. He lets it go to LaPointe. Good play by Cormanius, who goes back to the point to Girard. Here comes LaPointe at the 45. Setting up the power play. Back to Girard. He's got room. He shoots, and the save made by Patton. And he had Cormanius in front for the deflection, but he couldn't get on the stick. Now the puck bounces free right in the slot, but they managed to bang it down the ice. And that's going to take care of the power play right there. Smythe trying to sweep it in behind the net and does. And the Raiders control, but no power play goal that time, so no case of Powerade. Now the Raiders dump it down the ice, but somebody touched it. They waved the icing off, and the puck around the boards out to neutral ice, now down the other way. And they'll probably wave the icing off this time too. Here comes Saratoga, but Smythe comes out of the net, and he'll cover up for the faceoff.
Dangerous move by the Raiders that time, or I should say lack of, killing on a power play, and they allowed Christian to get in behind them, and the Saratoga defenseman clearing the puck out of his own end. If he would have seen Scotty Christian in behind the defense, he had a breakaway from his own blue line, but fortunately for the Raiders, the pass was off the mark, and got 3:20 left in the second period. 2-2 tie hockey game, face-off to the left of Nathaniel Smythe.
Mankey's out there with his line mates. This time Wells will get a chance to play. Puck stays in front. They got a man all by themselves. Big save by Smythe. And the backhander, not much on it. I think the Saratoga player was as surprised as anybody else to have the puck in front by himself. But Smythe stood his ground, made a good play. Here's Johnny Rochford with it. Goes over to Drew Wonky. Wonky up along the boards. And the puck kind of, I think it went off Kyle Wells' stick and bounces up into the stands. And let's see, that was the forward Tom Ellis, who had it all by himself in front and really didn't get a good chance.
That bang that you just heard, that was Tommy Ellis, and that's the guy that Bobby Sandomore would want to have with a loose puck. All alone in front of Nate Smythe, and bingo. Stoned him again. Great save.
Puck dumped in the Massena zone. Bounces in behind the net. Wonky with it. He'll rip it around on the other side for Wells. Wells with it, trying to move it up along the boards. Kept in at the point by the Blue Streaks. Puck in behind the net now. Johnny Rochford's going to chase it down and start it out for Massena. Here's Rochford. Headman pass to Wells. Wells racing in after it, but getting there first is Eustace. Charlie Eustace. Puck along the boards. Picked up again by Massena. We have a whistle. And offsides, I believe, is the call, and the faceoff will move outside Saratoga territory. 2:29 left to go in period number 2, and on the Bob Post State Farm Insurance scoreboard, we're tied at 2.
Two big saves that stand out by Nathaniel Smythe. One on Mike Glatzberger just before the Raiders tied it, and here this second one on Tommy Ellis with just a couple minutes to go in the second period when Ellis all alone in front.
Day out there with LaPointe and Clint Kerwin for Massena. Puck comes to Durant at his own blue line, flips it ahead for Kerwin, a little bit too far. Intercepted, dumped back down the ice. They wave the icing off. Somebody must have touched it. Charlie picks it up. Charlie Durant rips it around for DeRosie. He lets it go for LaPointe. LaPointe backhands it ahead for Kerwin. Nice pass. Here comes Kerwin across the blue line, slides it. It's going to go right on. And goaltender Mark Patton comes out to cover up with 2:04 left in the second period.
You can see the change at one stage. I think the shots were 8-4 in favor of Saratoga. Right now, the Raiders, with 2:04 left in the period, are out shooting Saratoga 13-12.
Face-off will be in the Saratoga zone. Off the draw. Blue Streaks control. Move it out to center ice. Long headman pass. Massena breaks it up. That's an offsides.
Well, that was a slow whistle. Definitely offside, but that one would have been controversial.
I guess so.
Number 13, Greg Gilmore, just picked it up. His forward carried the puck just across the blue line, and the puck came out by an inch, and Gilmore crossed and was in free. Ooh, that really would have been controversial, but no question, it was offside.
Off the face-off, puck trickles across the blue line. Dumped right back into Massena territory. In behind the net, Charlie Durant with it. Durant around the boards for Kerwin. Kerwin trying to move it ahead to Day. Day has it knocked away, comes back in. Good hard forechecking pressure by the team from Saratoga. Now DeRosie with it. DeRosie looks for Kerwin, moves it ahead. Here's Kerwin going to Day. It's intercepted. Durant picks up the pass. Here comes Charlie across the blue line. Takes it across, goes by one. Here's Durant's shot. Save made, and a good one by Patton. Around the boards it goes. Timmy O'Shea stepping across. Has it knocked away, comes out to neutral ice. DeRosie, bounce pass in the zone, picked up by the Streaks. We got delay offsides on Massena, but now they blow the whistle. Apparently, Timmy O'Shea picked it up before the puck came back out of the zone, so offsides is the call.
We mentioned in this complicated but really interesting type of formula for the play for this tournament game. Canton leads with 7 points. Raiders didn't pick up any points. They came into this game with 4 points, but didn't pick up any in that first period because they were outscored 2-1.
You get 2 points for a victory.
Yep.
So they would have 6 if they win, right?
If they win, but they'd have to outscore which they would if they won outscore in a period.
Right. Okay, here comes the Blue Streaks. Centering pass right across the goal mouth, but Cameron had the forward too well tied up. Puck comes in behind the net. Bubba Gerard banging for it. Gerard kicks it ahead, has it knocked away. They bang and battle for it in the corner. Gerard, with a stick, has it knocked away again. Here's a chance for the Streaks, but the pass is intercepted. Walsh trying to clear the zone. Finally, it's out to center ice. Here comes Justin Walsh with it in the final minute of play. Takes it across. Now trying to go by the defense, centering pass in front, then it goes in bouncing behind. Kept in momentarily at the point. Yes, nicely kept in. Now it's out to center ice. Cameron with it. Cameron bangs at it, moves it ahead into the zone. Here's Cameron again. Backhand pass goes to O'Shea, makes a dipsy doodle move, trying to center it. It's knocked away and bounces back out to center ice. About 12 seconds and counting. Bubba Gerard picks it up. Gerard skates it ahead, moves it to O'Shea. 6 seconds. Here's O'Shea's shot. Save made. Bouncing puck in the corner. And that's about going to take care of the period right there. So the period ends with
Mexico during the holidays.
Okay, we're ready to go. Glotzbecker faces it off against Day. The puck sits in the circle. Finally, it's backhanded in the Massena zone by the Streaks. Charlie Durant after it, wraps it around the boards. In the corner it goes. Mike LaPointe digging for it. He flips it out to neutral ice. Picked up by Fellman. Fellman backhands it to the line. Into the Massena zone it goes again. And in behind the net, it's Eric DeRosie with it. DeRosie goes to LaPointe. LaPointe rips it around the other side. That's going to crawl all the way out and back to the Saratoga line. Corralled there by Tommy Fellman, the Blue Streak defenseman. He moves it ahead. Stolen away by Day. Here comes Jeff Day in on the off wing. Day with it, has it roll off his stick. He's going to have to chase it down. Meant for LaPointe, goes all the way back to the point. DeRosie goes back to Mike LaPointe. His shot deflected, in front, and the save is made by Patton. Puck on the other side. Durant pinches in, wraps it around the boards. It'll come to Mike LaPointe. LaPointe picks it up there, drops it back to DeRosie at the point. Goes to Mike LaPointe in the corner, has it knocked away. DeRosie there, flips it back in the corner for LaPointe. LaPointe trying to control it, but it's knocked away. DeRosie keeps it in momentarily, but now it's out to center ice. And the Streaks move it ahead. It bounces right in front of their bench, and they'll dump it down the ice into the Massena zone. Nat Smythe leaves it for Charlie Durant, and Durant moves it ahead. We have a whistle, and we got some pushing and shoving. We're going to have matching minors, I believe, as Day for Massena, mixing it up along with Mark Sanamore for Saratoga.
Yeah, that went on. They don't have to travel very far to get to the box, right in front of the penalty box. And the officials let them go for about 10 seconds. You push, I push, and finally they said, okay, guys, they finally blew the whistle. But mentioned Captain Mike Lapointe, that line of Lapointe, Day, and Kerwin have really been hot the last 2 games. 7 points against Potsdam, and yesterday they had 5 points against Suffren. And they've been one hot trio out there for the Raiders.
We've got a 2-2 tie hockey game on the Corky's Collision scoreboard. Off the face-off, we've got a 4-on-4 situation. O'Shea out there along with Justin Walsh. Walsh flips it to the line, picked up by Usis. He moves it all the way back in the Massena zone. It's going to trickle right on net, and it's left for Cameron by Smythe. Around the boards it goes, and the Raiders control it out to neutral ice. Walsh on the stick of O'Shea. Here comes O'Shea across the blue line, spins around, then flips it in the corner. Back after it there is Bergen. Bergen rips it around the other way. Comes back to the blue line. Gerard. Gerard goes to Walsh. Walsh in the corner. Trying to bounce it by, but the defenseman gets it, moves it out, but O'Shea keeps it in. Goes to Cameron. He tries to slide it through. His pass intercepted, and back down the other way comes Tommy Ellis. Ellis gets by the check. There's going to be a penalty on Massena as he was hooked down, and it's going to be a power play as Mike Cameron will pick up the hooking call.
Yeah, no question. Tommy Ellis breaking out of his own end, shifted into another gear in the neutral zone, and was a half a step through that opening between the 2 Raider defensemen, and Mike Cameron just turned the blade over, put the hook to him.
So Cameron gets the call for hooking. Ellis reminds me of a particular sophomore on the Massena team.
Yes, he does.
He's got a lot of speed, and he's quick.
You bet. And I think we're thinking of number 24.
I think we are, yes indeed. Okay, so a power play situation for the Blue Streaks of Saratoga. 2-2 tie hockey game here with 12:50 remaining in the 3rd period. And we've got number 24 out there. Cormanius, he wins the draw and backhands it down the ice. Cormanius out there with Weiskopf. Weiskopf trying to steal the puck, but the defenseman gets there first, drops it off Morrell. Morrell moving it ahead. Proler on the wing. Here comes Andy Proler. Proler flips it into the Massena zone. Johnny Rochford skating in after it. He rips it around behind the net for Nick Cormanius. Cormanius flips it out to neutral ice. Picked up there by Fellman. Fellman drops it for Morrell. Morrell back to Proler. Proler across the line, taken out of the play. Cormanius bangs it ahead again. Puck dumped to an open wing. We're down to about 3 seconds in the matchers. Raiders trying to just get the puck out of there. Puck in the zone, controlled. And they got a man in the play in front, and he couldn't get a stick on the puck. Here's a shot from the blue line, way wide. Bounces back to the other point, kept in by Fellman for Saratoga. Flips it in the corner. Bouncing puck comes free to Proler. Proler gets tied up and manages to get it back in the 45 to the blue line and out to center ice. Massena's going to control it. Here come the Raiders. Cormanius. Here's Cormanius trying to drop it across, and they're going to have an offsides. Cormanius taken into the zone by Greg Gilmore, and that caused the offside.
I tell you, Saratoga, a golden opportunity to break this tie. And number 9, Eric Tarantino, just burying his head as he goes to the bench. You can't believe he missed that. Andy Proler dug the puck out of the corner to the left of Nathaniel Smythe and put it right out in front. And Tarantino standing right there, fanned on the pass out, had the wide open net.
Day with a face-off. Puck along the boards. Durant trying to come up with it. He can't. Puck comes to the blue line. It's backhanded in the zone. We are down to about 13 seconds left in the power play. Durant in the corner with it, trying to dig it out, has it knocked away, but the Raiders control, and down the ice, that was Mike Lapointe. Has a way of taking things into hand when the situation arises.
It's been a real strong outing here this afternoon.
Down the ice it goes. That'll be an icing call against the Blue Streaks as the Raiders have killed the penalty, and the faceoff will come back in Saratoga territory. 11-12 left, period number 3. And on the Corky's Collision scoreboard, we're still tied at 2.
As you and I had discussed many times, the complexion, the attitude, whatever you want of this Raider team changed as soon as Captain Mike Lapointe got back into action, and he just, I mean, not only the skating and the shooting, but the hitting. He really sets the tone out there.
Off the face-off, here's the drive right on. Save made by goaltender Patton, and he'll hold on for the face-off.
Raiders won the draw, and it came right back to Adam Barkley at the right point, and he scalded one from about 50 feet, but the Patton wasn't screened and made an easy save.
Off the face-off, Barkley again winds up. His shot goes wide. Around the boards, Ben Nightingale. He tees it up, tries to flip it in the middle, but it's going to be broken out of there by Saratoga. Here they come, 2-on-1. Here's the drive. Smythe makes the save. Big butterfly save for Smythe. Lapointe rips it around the boards, down the ice. It's not going to go far enough for icing, though, as it just trickles into the Saratoga zone, picked up by Burhide, the big defenseman. Burhide trying to move it out of the zone, doesn't clear it. Here comes Massena again. Mike Lapointe skates in front all by himself. Shot, save made, puck goes wide. Big opportunity, Lapointe again. Goes back to the blue line. Barkley cranks it up. It's blocked up into, no, it doesn't make it to the ceiling. Puck in the corner for Day. Here's Day with it. Skates it to Lapointe. Mike Lapointe centering pass hit the side of the net with it. And the puck comes free to Saratoga, and they dump it out to center ice. Well, there was a golden opportunity for Massena to take the lead, and Mark Patton just made a great save. Here's Lapointe again across the blue line. Has it poke checked away down the ice into the Massena zone. It's going to be Justin Walsh, who just came over the boards to pick up the loose puck. Walsh flips it, doesn't clear the zone. Here's a chance in front. Saratoga shot, save. Smythe holds on, and now there's some pushing and pushing and shoving in front of the net, as the Saratoga player came in and gave Smythe a shot, and he took exception to it.
Yeah, and I hate to mention Grandma back in Fort Covington, but it was number 21 that it was Mark Sanamore that took the swipe at Nathaniel Smythe. Smythe had it in the glove, and Sanamore came in and gave him a shot with the stick, and that start initiated all that action. We'll see if there are any penalties.
Oh, absolutely. There's going to be matching minors, I'm sure. Sanamore for one. And I think it's going to be Justin Walsh for Massena.
Either that or Ben Nightingale.
No, Nightingale and Walsh.
Wow. Oh, boy. I don't know how that one came down. The Blue Streaks initiated that.
So Massena picking up 2 penalties to 1 for Saratoga.
Got shortchanged on that shuffle, I'll tell you.
Absolutely.
The worst that they possibly should have come out of that was even Steven. Everyone, whether it's 2 or 1 on both sides, but somehow the Raiders are going to end up playing down a man.
Interesting.
And it is Justin Walsh and Ben Nightingale in the box, and Mark Sanamore will listen to the call. I'm sure it's going to be roughing and maybe a cross-check in there too. I don't know, but tough break. But again, the officials right on the spot had a better advantage than we have. But
oh, wait a minute. Let's take that back again.
Here we go. All right. Well, he's finally coming in there. All right. 22 is
Tom Ellis. Now it may be the net result is they're going to be a man down. So the Raiders will pick up the extra man here. No, wait a minute. It's going to be even Steven. All right. I don't know why they're just... Oh, that's right. They just put 1 up when there's all 4 at the same time. So we're skating 4-on-4 plus the goaltenders. Here comes Meacham across the blue line. He winds it up. Save is made by Patton. Meacham in the corner after. Whacks at it. High on the glass. Knocked away in behind by O'Shea. Now the puck comes free. And around the boards it goes. Meacham throws a check. We have a whistle. We got a holding on somebody. In behind the play, didn't see it.
Didn't see it either. I was watching the action down here, and it is a hold, and it's going to go against Saratoga.
I did not see that one.
Tommy Feltman is going to pick up a holding call, and 9:21 to go. The Raiders will go on a power play, and as we mentioned, that power play has been pretty effective coming into this afternoon's game. The Raiders were clicking at a 24%, 12 for 49. And the golden opportunity, let's see who they're going to put out here. No question, Captain Mike Lapointe, Timmy O'Shea, and it looks like Joey Weiskopf, and back on the point, Charlie Durant, along with Eric DeRose.
Going to be a 5-on-4 power play with 3 Blue Streaks in the box to 2 for Massena. Nick Cormanius will take the face-off. Comes to Lapointe. Out by the blue line to DeRose. He's got room, winds it up. Nice save made by Patton. Puck in the corner. Flipped in behind the net. Weiskopf to Cormanius. Cormanius going to Lapointe. Mike picks it up. Back to the blue line. DeRosie with it. Back to LaPointe. He's got room. Skates it in front. Shot. Oh, just missed. Thought that one was in. Puck in behind. Cormanius wraps it. Goes to LaPointe at the 45. He skates in front. Fired it wide. And Charlie Durant can't keep it in on the other side, and it trickles into the Massena zone. Oh, so close.
Mike LaPointe shaking his head.
Here comes LaPointe again. Takes it in the zone. Takes it. Moving it through. LaPointe steps in front. Centering pass. And Charlie couldn't get a stick on it as he stepped down from the blue line. Weiskopf goes to drop it back to the point. Of course, Charlie's not there, and he dumps it back in the zone. About 30 seconds left in the Massena power play. The puck stolen in front. Here's a chance. Cormanius shot, save. The puck still free underneath. Patton goes after it and covers it up. And Nick almost had his hat trick.
Biggest save of the night for goaltender Mark Patton. Just a horrendous giveaway in front. The Saratoga defenseman fanned on it, and coming down the slot 24, Nick Cormanius picked it up, point blank drilled it, and Patton coming up with a great leg save, and in the ensuing scrum was able to reach in there and smother that puck. Oh, the Raiders coming in with a whisker, and just prior to that, Mike LaPointe had 2 golden opportunities. In fact, he hit the side of the net, and I thought he had dented the back of the net.
Off the faceoff. Massena shot, save made by Patton on a shot by O'Shea, right off the faceoff. Puck around the boards, O'Shea digging for it. He fights for it, still free. Bounces to the blue line, kept in at the point. Here's Justin Walsh going to O'Shea. O'Shea trying to chase it down in the corner. He gets tied up by the defenseman, and the puck's still free. They bang at it, now they blow the whistle.
Raiders doing an excellent job, especially here in this third period. Jeff Day, when his line is out there, and that time Eric Meacham just won the draw cleanly, right back to Timmy O'Shea, who was in the slot, and he triggered one, and Patton came up big. 7:53 left in this hockey game, 2-2.
Face off with 2 seconds left in the power play inside Blue Streaks territory. Off the draw. The puck comes back to the blue line, pinching in. The Raiders control it. Walsh in front. Meacham shot. Oh, big save again by Patton. And the puck trickles all the way around the boards out to center ice. Here's Meacham again, poke checking it in the zone. And then it's dumped down the ice. That's going to be an icing call against the Blue Streaks. Oh, Eric, a little unhappy about that as he goes back to the bench. Another golden opportunity and a big save by Patton.
Well, I'll tell you, he's had the opportunities this weekend. He could have had 5 or 6 yesterday, and that one could have been the game winner right there, just 20 feet out in the slot, and he cranked it, but unable to beat Patton. And Saratoga back on their heels right now. The Raiders really pressing.
2-2 tie hockey game, 7:36 left in the third period. We've got the face-off. Cormanius wins the draw. St. Thomas shot, save made by goaltender Patton. St. Thomas throws a check in behind. Puck comes free, banging for it. It bounces free, and it's picked up there by Santamore. Santamore just dumps it down the ice again, and that'll be another icing call against Saratoga.
And this whole scenario, again, with the Blue Streaks taking some penalties here, coming a little bit undisciplined, and Coach Bobby Santamore said we've done that in the past, and I know he's upset at his club. I mean, they came out even Steven on the 2 minors. Massena picked up 2. They picked up 2, but right after that, they picked another holding one, and Massena's really been pressing the attack. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, okay.
Face off left side in the Saratoga zone. Off the draw, puck in the corner. Verheide with it. Wraps it around the boards. Comes back to the blue line. Here's Barkley. Barkley, the backhand pass in front is knocked away. They got a man breaking. And Cormanius comes back and poke checks it away. And that was Proler, but Cormanius just came back and beat him to the puck. And Cormanius used his blazing speed that time to save a breakaway. Now the puck comes bouncing in behind the net. Weiskopf takes a whack at it, flips it on the other side to Aaron Barkley. Barkley moves it ahead for Cormanius. Here comes Cormanius across the blue line, trying to drop it to St. Thomas. St. Thomas skates by 1, gets knocked down. The puck comes free, and it's back out to neutral ice. Here come the Streaks again into the zone. It's Proler. Here's the shot. Glove. No, they score! That was Tarantino, excuse me, and the Streaks go ahead 3-2.
I'm not sure. That one I think was going to go wide of the net. It happened down at the far end, and Nathaniel Smythe put the glove out. I thought it was going to go wide, and I think it hit his glove and redirected in behind him. Looks like Eric Tarantino is going to pick up this Third goal for the Blue Streaks, 6:34. I'll tell you, the Raiders had been pressing at Saratoga right back on their heels, and an innocent-looking play from about 40 feet out. Tarantino fired the shot, looked like it was going to go wide.
Well, let's see what happens here. Massena trailing now by a singleton. Into the zone it goes, Massena end. After it, the Raiders move it ahead. Mike Lapointe out to center ice. Has it knocked away, picks it up again. Here's Lapointe, again knocked away, and into the zone it goes. Ooh, hard check thrown by Johnny Rochford. Tarantino gets the goal. I don't know. Here comes Massena breaking out again. Trying to clear the zone. Now it comes back to Rochford off a leg, and the Raiders finally move it out. Here's the head man to Jeff Day. Jay just poke checks it into the zone. Lapointe coming in after it. Has it knocked away. Day with it, bangs along the boards for it. The Streaks pick it up and bang it out to neutral ice. Back into the Massena zone, Drew Wonke after it. 5:43, 3-2, Saratoga leads by a singleton. And here comes Saratoga back the other way. It's Bergen. Bergen flips it in the corner. In behind the net, Rochford over skates, picked up by Santamore. Santamore centers it right in front. They bang at it, but the Raiders control it. It's Day. Day out to center ice to O'Shea. Here comes Timmy O'Shea in on the off wing. Gets by the check. Here's O'Shea. And he gets knocked down. The puck comes free. And it's picked up again by Santamore. Doesn't clear the zone, but now it just trickles out to neutral ice. Picked up there by Bergen. Here's Bergen across the Massena blue line. Cranks it up, and it goes off a leg in behind the net. DeRosie. DeRosie rips it for Durant. 5 minutes left to play. 3-2 Saratoga. Raiders move it down the ice. Here comes Justin Wall. Shot! Fired it wide. Oh, and puck all the way around the zone. Racing for it is Ellis. Ellis breaks in on the right side, and he has it swept away by DeRosie. Puck goes to Durant in behind the net. Charlie with a puck skates it out of there. Here comes Durant, moving it out to neutral ice. Comes into the Saratoga zone. Back out to center ice again. Back into the Saratoga zone. They control it. Blue Streaks dump it down the ice. That'll be an icing call against Saratoga.
End-to-end action here. I'll tell you, both clubs. I could see the Raiders opening up down one, but Saratoga, you think, play it close to the vest, but it's up and down. Justin Walsh with a near miss, and then back the other way. Tommy Ellis broke away, but I'll tell you, there's not too many fans sitting down here. Most of them are up on their feet. This is a very conclusion to a very exciting hockey game with 4:27 left in the third period. And that goal, Tarantino unassisted. 3 of the Saratoga's goals unassisted.
Here's Cameron's shot, knocked down in front, and it's cleared into the corner. St. Thomas after it, trying to go to Weiskopf in behind the net. Weiskopf has it kicked away, but Cormanius there digging for it. Cormanius back to Weiskopf. Here comes Joey, wraps it around, scores! Joey Weiskopf ties it up with 4:10 left in the third period on a pass from Nick Cormanius. And the Raiders have tied it up here in the third period.
Just a great move by Joey Weiskopf. Picked up the puck in behind goaltender Mark Patton. It looked like he was going to come around, all the way around. He stopped, put the brakes on, and as Patton was looking to his left, Weiskopf came around the other way and slid it into the open side. Just a great goal by Joey Weiskopf, and the Raiders have tied it up with 4:10 left. We'll see who, if any, assists on that play, but Joe Weiskopf gets the goal.
Cormanius should have picked one up because he fed the pass to Weiskopf behind the net, but we'll see. All right, off the face-off, puck back in the Saratoga zone. They move it out. Takes a funny bounce into Massena territory. Picked up by Gerard, moves it out. Ahead to Weiskopf, but it got by him, and that'll be an icing call against Massena. Cormanius picks up the assist. St. Thomas also picks up an assist from Massena.
Okay, the line of Cormanius, St. Thomas, and Weiskopf coming through here late, but just a pretty goal by Joe Weiskopf, and not a bigger one for Joey this season.
Tarantino out to take the face-off against Jeff Day in the Massena zone, left side of goaltender Nat Smythe. Now they toss, no, I thought they were going to toss Tarantino, but they didn't. Here's the face-off. Won by Saratoga. They bust in front, but it's poked away at the last minute by DeRosie. Or Durant, I should say. DeRosie with the puck now. Moves it ahead on the wing. Here comes Massena's Mike Lapointe across the blue line. Winds up his shot. Save made. Bouncing puck cleared. down the ice by the Blue Streaks, but it's not going to go far enough for icing. Raiders back in their own end to pick it up. Charlie Durant with it. Backhands it to Lapointe. Here's Mike Lapointe. Here's Lapointe. Dipsy doodling across the blue. Offsides will be the call. He tried to get to Clint Kerwin. Kerwin a little ahead of the play, and offsides will be the call. We're down to 3:25 left in the third period. And on the scoreboard, the Corky's Collision scoreboard, it's tied at 3.
I tell you, you can't, both goaltenders, a tremendous amount of pressure on them. This is what it's all about. Mark Patton and Nathaniel Smythe can't afford to make a mistake at this stage of the hockey game.
Off the face-off, the puck comes to the Massena line. Cameron moves it ahead into Saratoga territory. They bang it out. Did it get out to center ice? Apparently not. Yeah, apparently yes. Offside's the call.
Again, Saratoga, and I think like this late tie hockey game, or you're up by one, you don't take any chances in your own end. If you can't, don't worry about coming out clean. Just make sure you clear that zone, and that's what they're doing.
Glotzbecker against Meacham. Off the face-off, Meacham whacks at it into the zone, picked up by Burhide. Burhide trying to clear the zone, kept in momentarily by Meacham. He throws the check but can't control it, and it's Glotzbecker. Here's Glotzbecker across the blue line, Dipsy doodling in the Massena zone. His pass intercepted. Here come the Raiders. Timmy O'Shea feeding it for Walsh, trying to slide through. It trickles across the blue line, and following up is Cameron. Cameron drops it back for Walsh in the corner. Walsh digs for it. He still has it, centers it, but it's knocked down. Puck comes in the corner. Walsh digs for it. Now Cameron in the corner and O'Shea. O'Shea skates out with it. Centers it in front. Cameron can't find it. Here's the puck. Here's the shot by Bubba Gerard high over the net. The puck cleared around the boards, and picking it up is Meacham. Meacham into the corner with it, trying to get it to O'Shea. O'Shea digs for it there, gets tied up, and finally it's picked up by Glotzbecker. He'll try it around the other side. Raiders keep it in. Nice play by Bubba. He flips it in. It goes to O'Shea behind the net to Meacham in front. Shot, score! Oh, bang, bang, play for the Raiders. And Eric Meacham gets the goal to give Massena the go-ahead. 4-3, and that was a beauty. O'Shea and Bubba Gerard will pick up the assist.
Well, we said that Eric Meacham has had chances for a half a dozen in this series. He's been in that slot both days, and again he found himself right in that slot about 15, 20 feet out in front of goaltender Mark Patton, and Gerard threw it around the boards, and Timmy O'Shea dug it out and put it right out in front, and Meacham one time did on the stick, at the net, low to the stick side, and the Raiders go ahead 4-3, 2:08 left in this hockey game. Eric Meacham, the go-ahead goal, and just a thing of beauty.
It was a beautiful, probably the prettiest goal of the game. And the Raiders take the lead 4-3, and Saratoga is going to call a timeout here.
And the ironic thing about that...